space. Avery is currently joined by some members of an animal encounter participant group who are going to be taking a closer look at the beluga whales after purchasing a behind-the-scenes experience where they've been getting the chance to meet and greet one of our interpretive delivery team members. Being so up close to these magnificent marine mammals is a pretty unique opportunity.
I'm recording a bit.
And during today's session, I hope that all of you will see a little more about how and why we engage in training sessions with these animals. In the meantime, I guess it's also time to introduce you to the whales who we'll be working with. Aurora was just showing off for us in the shallower part of the exhibit, and will likely focus the beginning part of our session with the animal encounter team. She's a female beluga whale who's likely in her late 20s, just like me. Now, Keela, Aurora's daughter, is emerging at the center of the exhibit. She is 19 years old as of last July. We're very lucky to continue working with her and her mom. These whales have taught us a lot about their kind, and I hope that seeing them up close will also inspire all of you to learn more about these unique white whales. Belugas are pretty hard to see in their natural homes. In fact, although they're quite abundant in the north parts of Canada, their white bodies blend in with all of the sea ice that floats at the surface, meaning that they're not always the easiest animals to study in our waters. Here at the Vancouver Aquarium, we can get much more up close to these beautiful beluga whales, but it's up to our trainers to ensure that Keela and Aurora's needs are met. That's part of the reason that we do these training sessions. Staff members like Kevin and Adria can ask the whales to get up close to them and allow us to look over their bones and do checks that assist with healthcare, or animal husbandry, as we like to call it. For example, both trainers have asked the beluga whales to show us their back or dorsal area, which they can look over and check for any nicks or scrapes or bumps that might require the attention of our veterinarians. We can also ask the beluga whales for some more in-depth behaviors, including the same kinds of things your doctors might ask you to do on a checkup. Open your mouth, or using special equipment like an ultrasound machine to take a peek at the inside of their bodies. You might be surprised to learn that although she's a big, fully grown female now, the first glimpses we ever had of Keela were while she was still a tiny new life growing inside of her mom. Aurora had lots of practice with this ultrasound machine, as Keela was the first beluga to be conceived and born in any Canadian aquarium, and has taught us a lot about the development of these animals early in life. We feel very proud of the way that this relationship allows us to take the best possible care of these amazing marine mammals. I also want to remind you, however, that there's more to beluga whale training than just looking at the bodies of these animals for physical checkups. We also want to ensure that we're getting the animals an opportunity to engage in some physical exercise. Belugas are surprisingly energetic, and in their natural habitats, they can use their powerful tails to escape from predators or chase after prey items. A beluga like Keela here gets all of her food from the marine mammal trainers who work with her. But as you can see from downstairs in our underwater viewing gallery and up at the surface, she is no stranger to high-energy maneuvers. These training sessions are kind of like the kind of stuff that you might do if you have a personal trainer. Energetic behaviors designed to work different muscle groups and ensure that these beluga bodies are getting enough exercise. Mental exercise, or mental stimulation, is also important to the whales. We want to ensure that Keela and Aurora are getting new experiences, new challenges, and learning new things all the time. In their natural homes, some of these experiences might come from challenges like finding a gap in the ice to grab a breath of air, or finding a way to avoid dangerous animals like polar bears and killer whales. Safety is pretty easy to come by for these whales, who don't need to go looking for gaps in the ice or find spaces to escape from predators. But learning, as Aurora has just showed to Kevin as she joins us on the island area, how to target the water that she maneuvers in her mouth, or when he's asking her to move to different parts of the facility, are great ways to ensure that she's trying new things. Working up close with beluga whales is a pretty unique opportunity. But now that we've observed some of the amazing trained behaviors that these animals are capable of, I think we should talk a little more about how you train a beluga whale for behavior. To tell us a little more, I'm going to pass the microphone over to one of our experts, and I'm going to get trainer Kevin to give us a little bit more info.
Thank you very much, Derek. I'm over here giving you folks a wave so you can all see where my voice is coming from. So today I'm working with both Keela and Aurora, and I'm very fortunate to be building a strong relationship with both of our belugas. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about a behavior that I'm working on with Aurora at the moment, which is called the tail love. So a tail lob is basically what I'm going to ask Aurora to do. Is she's going to swim around the habitat in what we call a perimeter, or kind of like a big circle. And while she does that, I'm going to ask her to basically slap the water with her fluke. So I'm still at the fairly initial stages of this behavior. So first of all, what I did was I introduced the new hand signal, and then asked her into what we call a dorsal present, which looks like this. Because this is basically the starting position of the behavior. And now I just simply use my hand, or a target pole, as the point I'm at right now, which I'll show you in just a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap Aurora gently on her peduncle, which is this area just behind her dorsal ridge, in between her ridge and her fluke. And by doing that, I'm going to communicate to Aurora that I want her to lift that part of her body. So that's the stage that I'm at right now. So feel free to check that out. I'm going to work on that in just a moment here once I step off microphone. And then listen for my bridge as well. When I blow that whistle, that means that Aurora's done exactly what I asked her to do, and to come on back for some reinforcement. And hopefully you'll see what we call a jackpot as well, where I give her a whole lot of fish when she does exactly what I'm looking for. So in the meantime, I'm going to start working on that, and I'll pass that back to you then, Derek.
Thank you.